Well, hello me chums, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm not fishing, you're in mi casa, so welcome, very welcome. Today I've got some terminal tackle to show you. I've been using this terminal tackle for several weeks now, and I was so impressed that I contacted Ben at Arno-Hooks and asked if there was any chance I could review the range for him, have a look, see what else was to offer. Ben kindly agreed, so thank you very much, Ben. So I have a load of gear here to show you, things that I think you'll be interested in. I mean, terminal tackle, rig building is a big thing to me. I find that rigs are really important. Obviously, it is the business end. Doesn't matter what rod and reel you've got. If the rig's not right, if it's not fishing correctly, not presenting the bait correctly, you're fighting against yourself. So, without further ado, I will show you what's been sent. I haven't opened the box yet, so we'll open it together. I'll talk you through what there is available from the range. So here we are, here's the goodies. Let's have a look. Let's get this open. Really kind of bent to send all this. There's a lot in here. Oh dear. Wow. There's a lot in here to show you, so I'll go through it bit by bit. I'll take it all out first. He's actually really packed that box. Let's get your hands in here. There we go, empty. All right, let's see what we've got. I'll just go through things roughly today to show you what there is on offer, and then when I'm doing my fishing videos, when I'm actually using the tackle, I'll give you a proper look at how I would use these and put them into my rigs. Okay, so first up we have the lead links. Pretty standard looking lead links, but quite strong, and I do prefer them in this silver nickel colour. I don't really like the dark ones, but that's personal preference to me. And let's get one out. Now these are the lead link with a rig clip on as well. You see that? I should have really brought me little ruler down so I could show you, because this stuff's really compact and strong. Probably about 3/4 of an inch long, that. Nice compact little rig, very strong looking. No edges. I like it a lot. So that's your rig, for your rig to clip your bottom rig down and your lead link on. Nice small eyelet. Quite good gauge wire, that. Obviously it'll be, I presume it's marine stainless, so you're not going to get any rusting on that really. That's cracking. So that's the lead link with the clip. And I believe everything, you get 20 in there as well, which isn't bad. And I think they're around, I mean, don't quote us, you can find out by looking on the website, etc. and the suppliers. I think they're about £2.50 a pack for 20, which is pretty good. There's also a secondary to that, the normal lead link, which hasn't got the clip on, and that's quite neat. That's really nice. I mean, these things are standard, but the quality's got to be there, and the quality is there. They're quite uniform. Looking through the packet, everything looks exactly the same, which is good. When you buy some of the cheaper Japanese stuff from Temu and stuff, it can be the gradings, the quality control is not there. Sometimes you can have gaps between the eyes here where your line can slip through. As you can see on there, you're not going to get any line coming through there, so you're not going to lose any leads that way. Nice and tight here, which is what you want. Sometimes these are too broad, and then when you put your lead on, if the lead twists in any way, it can work itself off. Dangerous when you're casting, also costly when you're losing them in the surf or sea, wherever you are. So they are pretty good. Just a quick one about the packaging. I do like the packaging, but for me, and I don't know if it's just me personally, they're hard to get to pop these open with these bits on. They tend to just rip when I try to pull them sometimes. I'm not the best with when we grip, like finger grip, like, to be quite honest with you, but the packaging's, it's good. I mean, it's good, pleasing to the eye. It's got that email on the back there as well for any wholesalers who want to buy them, any businesses, but we'll get that later. So that's them. Okay, me chums, what's next? Let's have a look. Right, so much to show you. Really like these. These are my favorites. I have to show you these. Right, match cascades. Now, if you're not familiar with these, for when you're using multi hooks, say you're using 2 up, you want them clipped. If you're using a loop rig, you want them clipped. Cascades are your little accessory. This is your little lifesaver. Now, back in the day, these used to be massive at one. I remember these, I think it was Breakaway used to have plastic ones of these. They were quite big and bulky. There's been loads of ideas, loads of things brought out, and I'm really against big bulky rigs. I don't like it. You've got to think about the more bulk that's on your rig, the more rubbish you're going to collect, weed, etc. and snags. You want everything streamlined, in my opinion, anyway. That's the way I've always fished. But these are absolutely fantastic. Now, these are 38 kilograms. So again, 70, 80 pound, I believe. And they're so compact. I really love these. Let's see if I can get you a proper look at them. They are the business to me. I just love these. They're so compact, so well made and strong. The swivel's good. Everything's good. The eyes close properly. Actually, that's seen, so that's even better. There's no way that your rig comes off there. Good little swivel. Always need that for hook twists and rig twists. But that is perfect size for me for a cascade. It's lovely. And I've noticed that Ben has had these tapered in slightly, which is what I find with some of these. When you get them, they're like on a right angle, just straight across, straight down. And when the rig tilts like that, I'll show you. When the rig tilts like that under tension, this arm sticks out and your hook can keep coming off. I used to get a pair of pliers and tweak them in. Actually, until recently I did, until I discovered these. Let's make sure that's, there you go, focusing for you. These are absolutely brilliant. I'll just love them to bits. That's the small match version. And again, actually there's 10 pieces in that. It's marine grade steel, 10 pieces, and I think they're around $2.50, which to me is a good price. Put that on one side. The second type he has, these are slightly bigger. These are 50. These are about £100. So this is your heavier work stuff. These are about £100 break. These, but these are in black, in matte black. I've used ones very similar to this. This is normally the standard size that I've had, but I really prefer these smaller ones. I don't do a lot of heavy fishing, so I mean this you would probably use on a clip rig for bigger fish, you know. But it's cracking. Quality's there. Lovely little bit of kit. Not a fan of the black finish though on me terminal stuff. Sometimes I don't know why. It's just a personal preference. Next up, I suppose we'll go to these, which I love. These little mini crimps, micro rig crimps. They are. They're 3.5mm. The bore size is 0.85mm, and you get 150 in a packet. And they're just very small crimps. Lovely them. I mean the bore size 0.85mm. So you'd probably get these on. I think you'd get these on an £80 rig body. I haven't tried them yet, but I will. I think £80 rig body, possibly you'll get these over up to that anyway. But I will be giving these a try, looking for them. They're very small compared to the ones I use. I mean, in honesty, the size of the crimp doesn't really bother me, but if I can keep my rig down, scaled down to a small size, I'm happy, because I've always been that type of fisherman. I always like small, compact rigs. Don't like bulk. No need for it at all. Next, got some SRT springs, which I absolutely love these. These are for, if you're new to fishing, SRT springs. These go on the rig underneath any of the cascades or swivels to put tension on the line. So when you clip your rig down to the imp or whatever you're using on the bottom, it pulls these quite tight. So when the lead impacts on the sea and the snood breaks off, the spring aids it to spring off and spread. It basically, in layman's terms, it basically helps your rig unfold when it hits the water. I mean, if you're experienced, you know exactly what these are. If not, there's plenty of online tuition for how to use these in your rigs. But interestingly, Ben's got two size ones. I mean, in honesty, when I get these big ones, I normally cut them down anyway. I could probably get 3 out of that because I don't use them that long. I don't see the point. But he's been giving you the option here. So you've got a 45mm spring and you've got a 30mm spring. Again, really well constructed. You can tell this isn't cheap stuff, and you can tell a lot of thought's gone into his tackle as well. There you go. It's just like a little spring, what you would get in a biro, you know, for a click point pen. but they're very useful on your rigs to make sure that they separate on impact. Love them. So another thing, I'm going to presume everything's about $2.50 a pack. So you're getting 15 in the 45mm and you're getting 20 in the 30mm. But definitely a good addition to your rigs, especially if you're fishing multi-hooks. Excellent. Some great stuff. My favourite, absolute favourites, the clear bead. These are my absolute, I love these, Ben. And I thank you very much for bringing these out, because I've looked for small beads for a long time. I mean, I know there's other people on the market who sell the small stuff, but it's the price point as well. And you're paying £2.50 here for 175 beads, oval clear beads. Great little, that lovely little size. I mean, I wouldn't use them on rigs for big fish, big fish, but for fishing in your main, especially me, fishing the beaches for flounders and smaller fish like that, these are excellent. Micro rigs are really my thing. I've been fishing for 40 years now, and from the very start, I've always kept my rigs really small. Not the length, etc., just the components. I loved them small. In my match fishing days, we used to just use just beads from a haberdashery shop, just small glass beads. But now you can actually buy these. It's great, and they're not glass, so it's even better, because you don't really want your beads smashing and bits of glass going into the sea and the rivers, etc. So these come in clear and black, so it's whatever your preference is. Personally, I love the clear stuff. The rigs that I fish with are clear. I've got a thing in my head about colours, and I mean, I'm a diver, and I know that certain colours change underwater. Don't know if many people's aware of it, but certain colours do change underwater, and they become more intense, or they become more drab, like vice versa. But anyway, I always stick to clear, always. Anyway, but I will be using these, obviously. So chuffed with Ben for sending us this stuff to try, and I feel very blessed, actually. Right, next ones. These are good. These are good. Now, dongle rigs. If you're using a dongle rig, these are the rings that you would use on the end to clip the end of the dongle down to the imp, whatever you're using. Interestingly, Ben's come out with sizes as well. So the biggest one is 9mm, and you get 15 in there. Yeah. The next one down is 7.5mm, and the smallest is 5mm. You get 20 in there. So you get 20 in the smallest, you get 18 in the middle size, which is 7.5mm, and you get 15 in the 9mm. Yeah, excellent. I'm not really an expert on dongles. I've used them. I'm still not sure. I'm on the fence. I don't know if they're for me or not. Everybody else likes them. But when I was making me dongles, I was using small split rings. But these are a solid seam. So there's no seam there. It's just a solid ring. So probably better again. You're not going to get fouled up on anything. But basically they go on the end of your braid, of your dongle, and then you clip them down to the casting, the breakaway, the imp, whatever you want to use. Excellent idea though. The sizes, I'm not sure why different. I mean, apart from smaller dongles, that's the only thing. Again, if you use dongles a lot, you might be able to tell me why it would be useful to have these different sizes. But for me, I'd probably just stick to either the middle or the larger one. But there is obviously a reason behind it, but I'm not an expert on using the dongle rigs, so I wouldn't want to comment. But they are excellent. Again, I think all $2.50 a packet. Absolutely brilliant value. Brilliant value. Now, this bit, I'm excited. This is exciting. These hooks. So, we've got some Ultimate Aberdeen hooks, size 2. Now, I know Ben will have sent me these because he knows that I like to fish for flatfish, turbot and flounder, etc. But I don't know what the difference is, because I'm looking at them. They're both called Ultimate Aberdeen size 2 hooks, as you can see. But what I'm excited about is look at the gape on these ones to compare to these ones. To me, the look, unless they are the same hook, I'm going to have a look, aren't we? Because it looks like the gape on one is different, but they're the same hooks. If I can get this packet open, I've got it. Let's have a look at these. Ow. Oh, they're sharp, that's for sure. Yep. That's me. Right, I'm going to have to pull them out. Let's have a look at these. Oh, yeah. That's a good hook. I mean, they're sharp, right, because it's just cutters, but these are my type of thing. It's a medium gauge wire. Not too fine, not too heavy. Probably perfect, in my opinion. For my fishing, anyway, that's absolutely perfect. And that's quite a nice gape there. Because I do like a nice wide bit of width in the gape, because sometimes I'm using fish baits and I still want the hook to be proud. Quite strong, actually. Strong hook. Yeah. Like them. That's the size 2. Now that's all I've got, the size 2s. I'm just going to check the others pack, because they look... I think it's just an illusion because they're all stacked together, you know. I'm just going to double check. In case there's 2 different types. No, they're the same. But anyway, that is a lovely flatfish hook. I mean, they are strong enough. I normally use these for codling as well, to be honest, if I'm in the estuaries and stuff. Strong enough them to hold a fish. Decent bob, although these days I do tend to try, if I can, to knock that bob down, because I very rarely keep fish. But it's a nice gape, good strong hook. Again, $2.50 a packet. Ben will kill us if they're more, but I'm sure everything's about £2.50 a packet. Size 2, you get 10 in a pack. Very good hooks for me. I'm sure that Ben will, if he hasn't already, he'll be bringing out other sizes of hooks, different styles. I mean, you've got to remember that the company's quite new. It's a new venture for Ben, although in the background, I know he's been working on it very hard for some time. But things can only get better. I mean, I would imagine he's going to start bringing more hooks out. But I don't know that for gospel, but I would imagine he is. If he's anything like me, I would have to keep bringing stuff out all the time. But these are cracking hooks, then well worth a try anyway. And I will be fishing with these. In fact, I'll be making rigs up with everything that I have, and letting you know if there's any problems or if I found anything or whatever. But I've been using this stuff for several weeks now, and it's been cracking, to be honest. I haven't used the hooks, but this is what I do use a lot of, and I love these. These are fantastic. Game changer. The bait stops. Now, I could talk to you forever about these, because I've searched and searched and searched for a good, easy, strong bait stop, something that doesn't slide like loosely too quickly, something that's easy to apply to the rig, and these are it. The only thing I will say right from the off, I mean, I love these. The clear ones are definitely my favourite, but they're all good. What I will say from the off, though, is that once you put them on, obviously you don't get them off. You can't reuse these. So it's 20 in a pack, which I think is excellent value for $2.49, $2.50. So you get 10 on each stalk. Now, what's happened in the past with other manufacturers, because other manufacturers do these bait stops, and I mean, they've been around in freshwater for years. But what you find if you buy the cheap ones, and I've done this, if you buy the cheap ones from Timo, etc., when you put your line through, because you've got to put your line through, thread it through here, bring your line through, and then you hold this and you pull the stop onto your line, which I can demonstrate in another video if anyone wants that. But it's quite straightforward. What I found with the cheap ones is this metal, the little wire that they're attached to, either comes out of here or snaps when you're putting it on, and then it's knackered. You can't apply these to your line without threading it through here and having it go through the center. So some of the cheaper ones, and some of the not so cheap ones, by the way, some branded ones I've been buying, especially floating beads, when you try to apply it, these snap and then it's knackered, so you're throwing it in the bin. It's really bad value. But these have never snapped once, and I've used them on lines up to, I think I tested them up to £60, so I'm not sure what diameter that was, but I've tested them up to £60, and they glide on, no problem. So you may be, I mean, I'll do some testing with them, see how far I can go in diameters before it won't actually go over. But these are fantastic. So they go on, you've probably seen them on some of my videos if you've been watching them. But as your snood sits as it comes down, So you'd have your hook. I should have kept a hook out, shouldn't I? So if your hook's sitting in that direction, this goes on like so. It's not the best example, I'm sorry, but this goes above it, sort of down like a mushroom sits. So it'll be sitting on your snood like that. And basically when you thread your worm on your hook and up, the head of the worm will go over this little piece here and just sit flat. So that acts as an absolute round stop. You could use them on dongles as well. I haven't tried that, but I reckon you could probably use it on a dongle if you can manipulate it and thread it on. That would be pretty cool actually. But yeah, so bait stop. I use them for when I'm using ragworm, lugworm, etc. Frozen baits, but it's been a game changer. I just love them. There's been so many come and go. You can tie a stop knot if you want on your line. That to me, that's a faff, and they slip after a while. These don't. They get a really good grip of the line, and you've got to give them a bit of force to move them. They've never once slid up my line yet. I would highly, highly, highly recommend these, especially if you're using long distance rigs and clipping them down. Because obviously the impact normally blows your bait up the line as well. It doesn't matter what you're using on the bottom. And we used to use breakaway impact shields, which were, to me, I'm not sure if they actually worked as suggested anyway, but this will stop your bait from blowing up your line, without a doubt. If there was one product in the range that I've got in front of us that I wouldn't be without, it's these. Definitely, especially when I'm fishing worm. I mean, fish, doesn't matter. I still put them on because I might be putting a bit of fish on, you know, a bit of worm on as well. But these are absolute game changers. So you get them in this bright green, you get them in clear, and you get them in black. Again, absolutely your choice what you want to use. I tend to stick with the clear because I use clear rigs, clear snoods, etc. and everything's just see-through. So I love it. But the stuff is brilliant. And now Arno-Hooks doesn't supply to the public. You have to go through one of the fishing tackle shops that stock these. There is quite a few online if you have a look. If you just search Arno-Hooks. If you're local, my sponsor Lenny, it's Lenny's Tackle and Baits in South Shields. He's a stockist. So get yourself up there, have a look. He'll talk you through it was Lenny who actually introduced us to these especially. And I've never turned back. They're absolutely brilliant. So thanks, Lenny. And obviously your sponsorship, thank you very much. So that's about it. I will be using all the terminal tackle, putting some rigs together, and I'm going to be using them over the next few weeks. I'll give you my honest opinion on them, how they perform. I mean, value for money, I can tell you already that they're great value for money, so that's not in the equation at all. And I can't say there have been any problems with any of these products. I have been using the cascades, the bait stops, the beads for some time now, and they've been absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so over the next few weeks I'll be testing these and I'll come back to you. If there's anything that you want to see, and if you want us to put a rig together so you can see how you use the bait stops, anything like that, let us know in the comments. If you're using Arno-Hooks terminal stuff already, let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if there's anything that you found that could be improved on, or anything, just what you like about it really. I mean, I love the stuff, to be honest. I mean, I haven't used all of it, I'm being totally honest, but I will be. And I can't see there being any problem. It's the price point. It's a really good price point. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll get it tested. I'll let you know my thoughts. And if you've got any thoughts on them yourself, drop them in the comments. But thanks for watching. I'm sorry it wasn't a fishing video today, but there are some coming. Thank you for your subscriptions. Really appreciate it. It's nice to chat with you all. We're growing nicely. I really enjoy it. I enjoy chatting with you. So until the next time, take care and tight lines.